Hey everyone, it's Matthew with Matthew Specialized Detailing. I'd like to welcome you all to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see today, please click the link below and subscribe. There's going to be a lot more to follow. But I wanted to just take a moment and introduce everybody to my home detailing garage. And I'm going to share with you guys how I came up with this concept and show you around the shop here a little bit and how I created a really awesome, functional little space for me to work and get my detailing business going right from my very own home. So let's get after it. Alright guys, as we show you around the shop here, I wanted to start in this corner because this is essentially where it all began. When I was coming up with the concept for starting my shop and starting my business, I was consulting with a very close friend of mine. We happened to be at a local brewery enjoying a beer, and he stepped outside to have a cigarette, and behind the brewery were a whole stack of these really awesome, robust pallets. Now, this is pine, and it's not very common to see pine pallets that are 3/4 inch, and so I asked the bartender if I would be able to take the pallets, and he said, yeah, take them all. So when I got back home with a handful of these pallets, I said, gosh, I got to be able to make something really cool out of these. And this is really what kicked off the whole concept and the whole idea of creating the backdrop for my pallet wall. But it started here in this corner, and the reason I came up with this, I wanted to hang this pallet from the wall and turn it into some type of like functional pegboard, and I can hang stuff from. This is a great spot. I can hang all my quart bottles and stuff from here and hang a couple different extra brushes, and everything you find in this corner of the shop is something that I would be using for my wet work and my wash steps. You're going to find the acid cleaners, the wheel cleaners, all the tire brushes, the soaps, my pressure washer, all that type of stuff, solvents. It's all in one spot. So now when I'm doing my vehicle prep work and I need to go grab a bottle of tar remover, or grab a wheel cleaner, or grab a special utility brush, they're all going to be located in this area, and this makes it easy for me and makes it very simple to come to just one place where I can grab all my tools for that type of stuff. So it started here, hanging this pallet on the wall, and once we hung this pallet on the wall, it kind of segued into a lot of different things and created a lot more of what you see throughout my shop. So started here. I'll bring you in close in a second and show you some pictures of this. This is where you'll find all my buckets with all my utility brushes and all that stuff. So if you guys were curious about how I came up with the idea for the pallet wall, this is really where it all began. That's why we're starting in this corner of the shop. So let's keep moving. All right guys, so moving right along, this is the south wall of the garage here. This is where I keep some of my bigger tools and utilities. I keep some of my overstock vacuums. There's where I have my custom silver bullet vacuum, and this is my Velocity hand dryer for drying out the cars after I get done, with the wash step and all that stuff. And then I hang some hoses and some other cords and stuff. So I keep all that stuff. I try to stay as organized as possible. Just makes it easier to find things as I'm moving along in the detailing process. Of course, over here, I keep my laundry sorter, and of course I have extra lights over here on this side to help add a little bit of light when I need it. Most of the time those are on when we're doing detailing, but just a great spot to keep some of the bigger tools and keep some of the things out of the way, even in a small space. When you have your tools and you have your stuff organized, it helps make it feel a little bit bigger. So this is just something that I found that really helps me. I'm sure you can kind of coordinate in your own shop a different way to put your vacuums and hang things from the ceiling and do all kinds of custom stuff. But for me in this space, this works really great. So let's move on to the north side of the shop and we'll keep going. All right guys, here we are on the north wall of the shop. This is exciting. This is where I keep a lot of my overstock, pretty much everything. My waxes, my compounds, my polishes, some of my aerosol products, some of the other bulk liquids that I use throughout the detailing process. But I have my custom built workbench here that I built for myself, and I have a lot of my liquids hanging here from this piece of conduit that I flew across. It just helps keep my stuff organized, so throughout the detailing process I can look up, grab a bottle, whatever I need, and keep moving, and then when I'm done I can put it right back where I got it. So behind here I have some really great natural light, but I have it closed here for video purposes so we're not getting blinded. But this just works really, really great for me. Again, like I said, keeping things organized throughout your shop. In a small space, this really helps me move throughout the vehicle and keep just the workflow moving. So again, I got some other work lights and stuff over here, but this is the north wall of my shop. And as you can see, I kind of got a lot of different products here, but we'll keep moving along. I'll show you where I keep the buffing pads, and we're going to finish up over here by the pallet wall. Here we are still on the north side of the shop. This is the northeast side of the shop, if you will. Here's where you're going to find all of my buffing pads. I keep all my microfiber pads, my foam pads, and overstock pads over here in one place. I do have future plans to, where this wall is empty here, to create a more of a visual space where you'll be able to see and access the buffing pads a little bit quicker and easier, and then it'll open up this shelf space here for me to work and set tools down over here while I'm advancing throughout the detailing process. But underneath I keep my little Matco cart, and I really only use this cart when I'm doing more precision paint correction jobs where I have some specialty tools in here. I keep some wet sanding paper and that type of stuff in here. But also over here in these little bins I keep some of my 1, 2, and 3 inch pads, along with some of my touch-up supplies with my little artist pens and all that type of stuff. So over the years I've actually accrued a pretty robust selection of touch-up paint, so that's kind of cool. I'm excited to see that build. But then up over here in this box I keep a lot more overstock buffing pads, wash mitts, overstock microfiber towels, bottles, sprayers, and just overstock stuff that I don't need to access all the time. So when I need to get this stuff, I usually have to pull out the step stool and reach up high. I keep my overstock ceramics and all the kind of perishable stuff up over in this direction. And the little workhorse that keeps this garage warm in the wintertime, this old school Montgomery Ward heater, it's just a beast. They don't really make heaters like this anymore. And here in Chicago, these cold winters that we get, it could be 0 degrees outside and I could have it 65, 70 degrees in here, no problem. So this is my little organized little section over here. And we're going to keep moving right along, and we're going to kind of finish over by my tool rack and the pallet wall. So let's keep going. All right, guys, so finishing up over here on the east wall, this is where I keep all my buffers, as you can see. And this is kind of the area that I have with my air compressor, my hose reel, and all my air tools stay in one spot so I can have quick access to these things. Of course, I got this cool little Cox reel over here that makes it easy for the air hose to kind of roll out and roll back up. I do have future plans to put the air compressor into my crawl space and run it. Crawl space access is actually right on the other side here, so eventually the compressor will be a little larger and in the crawl space, so I don't have to deal with the loud volume while I'm working on it. It's a small compressor, but this compressor has actually been with me since high school, so I'm dating myself here. I've had this compressor for 20 years. And I do plan on buying a new one, but it still works, and it's been with me a long time, so I want to keep using it while I have it around. It's an old Sanborn compressor that I bought from Menards back, I think it was 99, 2000 when I picked this thing up. So here's where I got all my little stuff, and again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, and especially there's going to be a lot more videos to come down the road. But this is facing east, and with my pallet backdrop that I have here, it just works really great because when I have the garage door open, in the summertime, the sun sets in the west over there, and I just get this really awesome natural warm glow that just illuminates the cars. And really, with the pallet backdrop in the background, it just really makes for great lighting and it makes for great photos. So hope you guys really enjoy this stuff. And if you have any questions, please send me some questions. I'd love to talk to you guys about how you guys are organizing your shop. And if you have any other pointers for me, or if you have any questions for me, be happy to share a lot of this stuff with you and how I came up with this concept. So thank you for watching. If you like what you see today, please click the link below and subscribe. We're going to have a lot of fun here on this YouTube channel talking about a lot of different things, but everything under the detailing umbrella and the car washing umbrella, with interviews and products and training and all that stuff to follow. So thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you all soon. Take care.